Hey, how you guys doing today? I hope you guys doing pretty good. I'm just gonna here to tell you guys about a testimony, and hopefully this can reach some people that are maybe going through some hard times in their life. Um, I know a lot of different problems can bring you to this a video like this, but let me give you guys a quick testimony on my part. Um, this is about maybe 7 years ago, where me and my ex we had a really bad separation, and we had 3 kids at the time. Um, like I said, it was just an ugly separation. It was kind of, I would just say it's my fault that we separated. I was really doing some bad things. I wasn't being a faithful partner at the time, and it really just drove a wedge between us. And something happened between her and someone else, and we just had like a bad separation. We and I just want to say that you have all kinds of emotions going through your body when you're going through something like that. It could be stressed out, to the like 10th degree. Every emotion that you can have, I had regrets, I had anger, jealousy, loss, confusion, um, just every day just being wondering what was happening. I wasn't happy for a long time. I was wondering, like, my kids were going through some stuff and we are trying to work things out, and it just wouldn't work out. And I kept trying to put things in my hands and try to, take over the whole situation. And like I said, when you're going through all those emotions, you're just lost. You're confused. Like I said, you have all those emotions, and I just want to say one thing about that too is that those emotions, emotions. People don't really understand how real and how serious they are until you're going through such a hard, traumatic situation like that, where you have every feeling is magnified. You forget who you are because you have a family one moment, and the next moment you're separated, and you're just going through so many different emotions, that it's kind of hard to kind of explain it with unless you're going through it. And I just want to say, if you are going through something like that, you are living through that, I just want you to say that there is light at the end of the tunnel. It's going to take some time. you know I know when I was going through it, I kept trying to control the situation, and I ended up, you know, making things worse. You want to be in control of things, and that's when you learn how to let problems go and put things in God's hands. I would say, because the more and more you try to fix situations, the more and more you're gonna try to. My mom said this, and it made a lot of sense to me. Like, when you're trying to, come back together from a really bad breakup, it's like a mirror breaks and you're trying to put that mirror back together, and you're cutting your hands every time you grab a piece and you try to put it back together. Sometimes it's just, you can't, it's not going to work. It's not going to, come through like that. So, it's one of those things where you got to learn to accept, what the reality is going to be moving forward. For me, it took me a while. Like I said, I started going to church. I started getting to like men's groups, Bible groups, and that's one thing that really helped me for sure, because I was going through a lot of emotions. I was going through a lot of, like, pain, regret, like I said, jealousy, anger, sad. It just all those emotions that you go through when you're going through something like that. I felt bad for my kids because they were sad. So I just want to let you guys know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, so just, put it in God's hands, I would say, because when the more and more you try to control a situation, that sometimes the worse it gets. So the best thing to do sometimes just put it in God's hands, which is one of the hardest things to do, which is one of the things I had to learn to do because I was such a control freak at the time. I wanted to control the situation. So, they say, let God be the driver and you jump in the passenger seat and let him control the situation. And just put all your pain, give all your sorrows, and put it on God's feet. Let him control the situation moving forward, and that'll be a huge step for you. Like I said, it will be a hard step for you to get to, but just remember that, the faster you do it, the more you realize you're here. You're going to be there for a long time at the situation you'll be in. So just remember that there is light at the tunnel, you know, and, just try to remember about your kids too, because your kids are the ones going through hard situations as well. So, you know, like I said, you'll be going through so many different emotions, and I just want you guys to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So just keep faith. You'll have days where you won't even, you have a lot of days where you won't enjoy life. I'm a big sports fanatic, and when I was going through that traumatic situation, I couldn't even watch football anymore. I had no joy whatsoever. I had my kids, all the time, and then going from not having them to having them, not having them, it just really destroyed me, because, I feel like everything changed after we separated. So, but I just want you guys to understand that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and it will take you guys some time to get there. They say time heals all wounds, and I'm a huge believer in that. So just remember that, you know, it'll be a long road, but just remember sometimes you get put through situations sometimes, for you to maybe get closer to God, for you to maybe, reconcile, some other people in your life. And maybe it's always, when it comes down to it, it's something for you. It's meant for you to change. It's meant for you to, become closer to God, have a more personal relationship with God. They say God works in mysterious ways, and sometimes he'll put you in situations, even though you did it, he kind of just sits back and lets you do it and puts you in situations where you need to come closer to God, and just remember that. I know it's hard to think about it when you're going through a situation like that, but just remember that, this world comes down to good and evil, and sometimes we do bad things in life, and sometimes you forget, how connected we are to God, how spiritual we are. And a traumatic situation like a separation, you're going through some hard times in life, it can be a reason for you to get back closer to God and have that relationship. And I'll guarantee you, when you do, you will have way more confidence. You'll be way more, stress-free. You'll understand that it's in God's hands. Everything in your life is in God's hands. But you have to make sure you do your part as well. Do your prayer, wake up every day. And one thing that really helped me throughout that whole situations when I was going through it was, the thing in the background, going to Yosemite, a national park, go out to the wilderness, get connected with Mother Nature, go out there and just, breathe that fresh air, walk around, and just enjoy the beauty and the calmness that it provides you. And I think it will be a great benefit for you, for anyone who's going through some hard times like that. Get out in nature, get back your connection with God, and just remember that there's light at the end of the tunnel. The sun will come up the next day, and you'll have another chance to get better every day. All right, you guys? So like I said, just keep faith, stay humble, put it in God's hands, even though it's a hard thing to do, and just be connected with Mother Nature. I think this is a good time for you guys to get back outdoors, go out there, go on hikes, go on walks, and you'll meet cool people out there with the same kind of attitude. And a lot of people that are going through the same thing you'll be going through, because, nature calls and makes you want to go outdoors when you're going through something like that. Okay, guys? So again, you guys have a blessed day. Have a blessed night. And remember that there's people here praying for you guys. There's people here that really, think about you guys. And just remember, just to keep your faith, okay? Have a good day. Have a blessed night.